Good afternoon, students. Are you hearing my voice? Yeah, right. So, in the last class, we discussed certain things regarding burial system and the mummification. Mummification is one of the contribution from the ancient Egypt to the world. You find the number of mummies which you find in the various graves, tombs, and pyramids also, which is a system. Mummification is a system which followed particularly in the burial. Okay, followed in the context of burial. Okay. So the ancient Egyptians maintained an elaborate set of burial customs that they believed were necessary to ensure immortality after death. These customs involve preserving the body by mummification, performing burial ceremonies, and interring along with the body goods to be used by the deceased in the afterlife. And the bodies which buried in desert pits were continued to be a boon. Pits were naturally preserved. Okay, so naturally preserved by the by a process of chemical using chemical. And the arid desert conditions continue to be a boon throughout the history of ancient Egypt for the burials of the poor who could not afford the elaborate burial preparations available to the elite. Okay. So, and healthier Egyptians began to bury their dead in stone tombs, and as a result, they made use of artificial mummification, which involved removing the internal organs, wrapping the body in the linen, and burying it in a rectangular stone sarcophagus or the wooden coffin. Okay. So, and in the new period of in the new kingdoms, the ancient Egyptians had perfected the art of mummification. The best technique took 70 days and evolved, removing the internal organs, removing the brain through the nose, and the body in a mixer of salts, which is the pattern we call as the natron. And the body was then wrapped in the linen in a decorated anthropoid coffin. Okay, so mummies of this the late period were also placed in a painted cartoonish mummy cases. Okay, so actual preservation practices declined during the earlier decline during the later terms, and which is became they discontinued in the period of the foreign influence like Romans and Greek. And these wealthy Egyptians were buried with larger quantities of luxury items, and all burial, regardless social status, included foods for deceased. Okay, so all these certain things we discussed in the last class regarding the process of the mummification and all things. Today we are going to see certain contributions from these ancient Egypt to the world. Okay, so the scientific and cultural contributions of the Egyptian society, ancient Egyptian society to the world. Okay, so before going to today's concept, I have to uh, share my screen first of all. Uh, okay, so the ancient Egypt, their inventions and the technological contributions. The ancient Egyptians were one of the first civilizations to form the ancient world. Their inventions and technology had an impact on many civilizations to come. Their technology included the ability to build large construction projects such as the pyramids and palaces, and simple missions such as the ramps and levers, and a complex system of government and religion. When you see, we already discussed certain contributions while moving with the various things regarding ancient Egypt. In that process, we already in that process we already discussed. We had a discussion over the writing also, and one of the most important innovations of ancient Egyptians was writing, and they wrote in the form of hieroglyphics. And you already aware that we had a discussion over this writing script which followed by ancient Egypt in the form of hieroglyphics, which writing allowed the Egyptians to keep the accurate records and maintain control of their large empire. And apart from those, certain other contributions like use of the papyrus seeds. For this, also we had a certain discussion over where the Egyptians learned how to make durable seeds of these parchment from the papyrus plant. It was used for important documents and religious texts. Okay, so the Egyptians kept the process to make the sheets at a secret so that they could sell this parchment to other civilizations such as ancient Greece. Okay, so and apart from these, you can having other contributions like the medicine basically. So the ancient Egyptians had a wide variety of medicines and cure. Some of their medicines were quite strange. When you see those as an example, they used honey and human brains to cure eye infections. Okay, so these were the first Egyptian. These were the first people of this Egyptian society who used the honey and human brains to cure certain infections in the eyes. And they also used a whole cooked mouse to help cure cough. Okay, so many of their medicines were accompanied by spells to ward off the evil spirits, making the person sick. And among them, mummification is one of another important contribution from these ancient Egyptian people, where the preserving a human body for a long years is one of the great contribution by these ancient Egyptians. Okay, so not only these, they had the early Egyptians which performed performed this setting of bone fractures and surgery. Okay, so they followed a important this medicine, but important this surgery structure which followed by the ancient Egyptian people. Okay, and uh, the papyrus, Eber papyrus, which is like a Talapatra Grantha, which refers nearly 700 remedies. Okay. So, and apart from this, we already aware that a considerable knowledge in engineering and technology, where they constructed a huge building like structures like pyramids. Okay. So, and a huge temples also. We had discussion over discussion in while following while discussing this art and architecture. Okay, so many pyramids like structures and temples were the great engineering contributionary skills from these ancient Egyptians. Okay, so apart from that, there are other things to be discussed regarding the mathematics basically. Okay, so here the early Egyptians not only gave the world their first form of writing, but also writing materials like the paper, pen, and ink. Okay, so they also after the Chinese civilization, Egyptians were the first to use this paper, and pen, the form of pen and ink, also the great contribution from the Egyptians. Okay, so and apart from that, the early Egyptians were the first to devise a calendar on the basis of moon cycle, and the year was divided into three seasons, and each having 4 months, and each month having 30 days. This calendar recorded around 4241 BC, and they were conscious about time factor in daily life. And for this purpose, they invented the sundial, water clock implements. Okay, so and the Egyptians are well aware of these elementary mathematics like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and fraction. They knew the calculation of area of a triangle or a rectangle. Okay, so I will give you some more things regarding the mathematics things, mathematical development which taken place in the ancient Egypt. Okay, so the Egyptians needed a good understanding of mathematics and geometry to build the pyramids and other large buildings also. Okay, so they also used math and numbers to keep track of business transactions. For numbers, they used a decimal system. They didn't have the numerals for 2 to 9 or 0, and they just had numbers for factors of 10, such as 1, 10, 100, etc. And in order to write the numbers, number 3, they would write down the 3 number is like 1. Okay. So, and to write the number 40, they write down the 4 number is 10s. Okay. So, tens. Okay. So, once tens they follow, right? So, such a things they follow particularly from the these mathematics. Not only that, the importance of the mathematics to uh, um, to educated Egyptians is suggested by a new kingdoms in the imperial kingdoms, which is fictional letter in which the writer proposes a scholarly competition between himself and another scribe regarding everyday calculations tasks such as accounting of land, labor, and grain, and texts such Rind mathematical papyrus and Moscow mathematical papyrus shows that ancient Egyptians could perform the four basic mathematical operations. Okay, we already discussed such operations like the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and use of fractions, compute the values of boxes and pyramids, and calculate the surface areas of rectangles, triangles, circles, even the spheres. Okay, so and they understood basic concepts of algebra, geometry, and could solve simple sets of simultaneous equations also. And the mathematical notation was decimal and based on the hieroglyphic signs for each power of 10 up to 1 million. And each of these could be written as many times as necessary to add up to the desired number. To write the number 80 or 800, the symbol for 10 or 100 was written 8 times respectively, what we discussed just before. Okay, so they want to write 3, they write as a 1 in 2 3 times. Okay, so like when they want to write 40, they write 10 4 times. Okay, so likewise they follow. And ancient Egyptians mathematicians had a grasp of the principles underlying the Pythagorean theory, knowing, for example, that a triangle had a right angle opposite uh, of particular angle when its sides were in a 3 4 5 ratio. Okay, so such the golden ratio seems to be reflected in many Egyptian constructions, including the pyramids, but its use may have been unintended consequence of this ancient Egyptian practice of the combining the use of knotted ropes with an sense of proportion and harmony. Okay, so such type of the mathematical signs and symbols and numbers they used in their daily life and also used while constructing a large buildings like pyramids and temples. Okay, so apart from that, they had a great contribution over this makeup. All Egyptians wore makeup, even the men. They made a dark eye makeup called koho from soot and other minerals. And the makeup was a fashion statement, but it also had the side effect of the protecting the skin from the hot desert sun. Okay, so and one more great contribution is a concept of the toothpaste. Okay, so because the bread had some much grit and sand in it, the Egyptians had a lot of problems with their teeth. They invented the toothbrush and the toothpaste in an effort to take care of their teeth. Okay, so they used a wide variety of ingredients to make the toothpaste, including ashes, eggshells, and even ground up ox hooves. Okay, so likewise, they followed such toothpaste, a style, a form of toothpaste to protect their teeth from the certain diseases, mouth diseases. Okay, so and apart from these, there are one more contribution, which is a great contribution from the these ancient Egypt, and after that I will close my end my lecture. And one more important contribution is the shipbuilding. Okay, so with the Nile River playing a major role in the lives of Egyptian. Okay, so where Nile is one of the important concept in the life of these Egyptians. Okay, they had a great attachment with this Nile. Okay, you cannot see the ancient Egyptian civilization without without the source of this Nile, or without mentioning of the Nile, it is incomplete without mentioning of the Egyptian while giving things regarding the Nile. Okay, so both had certain interaction and such a association with that civilization. So the Nile is one of the important river which whole civilization had that influence. Okay, so where here, the Nile playing a major role in the lives of Egyptians. Building ships was a big part of their technology. Okay, so and they originally built small boats from papyrus reeds, but later began to build large ships from cedar wood imported from the Lebanon. Okay, at that time, the parts, the territories of present Lebanon. Okay, Lebanon, right? So, and we already discussed about certain boats like the Biblas. Biblas were the important boats where you find particularly moving in the Red Sea and the Mediterranean Sea. And Biblas were the important boats where they used particularly they want to move towards the Punta Island in the Red Sea basically. Okay, so they having those boats having certain decoration with the gold plate, so with, like a, such a valuable metals also. Okay, I will give you some more things regarding this shipbuilding industry which developed in the ancient Egypt. Okay, so early Egyptians knew how to assemble the planks of wood into a ship, which as early as 3000 BC. And the Archaeological Institute of America report that some of the oldest ships yet unearthed are known as the Abydos boats. Abydos boats, and which better to be called as the Biblas. Okay, so these are a group of 14 discovered ships in Abydos that were constructed of wooden planks which were sewn together. Okay, so and these early Egyptians also know how to assemble planks of wood with tree nails to fasten them together using pitch for caulking the seams. Okay, so the Khufu ship, which is at 43.6-meter vessel, sealed in a pit in a Giza pyramid complex at the foot of Great Pyramid Giza in the uh, fourth dynastic area around 2500 BC is a full-size surviving example which may have fulfilled the symbolic function of solar bar. Okay, so one a ship, a artifact of ship which is discovered nearby a Giza pyramid. Okay, so within that ship, we already discussed over about the ship also, which is the ship with a cabin. The cabin consists of the two rooms. Okay, so which is in the two rooms you find certain luxurious facilities in it also. Okay, so which is a great contribution from these ancient Egyptians. Okay, so and the early Egyptians also knew how to fasten the planks of this ship together with mortise and tenon joints. And despite the ancient Egyptians' ability to construct every large boats to sail along the easily navigable. Okay, so Nile, they were not known as good sailors and did not engage in the widespread sailing or shipping in the Mediterranean or Red Sea. Okay, so these are certain important contributions from the ancient Egyptian people. Okay, so I finally conclude with the Egyptians' legacy, which the culture and monuments of the ancient Egyptians have left a lasting legacy on the world. The cult of the goddess Isis became a popular in Roman Empire, and abbey obelisks and other relics were transported back to the Rome. Okay, you later periods, later later periods in the later periods where these influence of Rome and Greek influence you clearly find in the lives of these ancient Egyptians. So this there is certain intermixing culture. The mixed culture has started, and where the culture of the Egyptians also followed in other civilizations, and those culture was followed in the Egyptian civilization. Okay, so likewise there are interchanging cultural aspects you see. Okay, so the Romans also imported building materials from the Egypt to erect structures in Egyptian style. Okay, so and early historians such as Herodotus, Strabo, Diodorus studied and wrote about land which became viewed as a place of mystery. Okay, so during the Middle Kingdom and such Egyptian pagan culture was in the decline after the rise of Christianity and Islam in the medieval times. Okay, so due to the influence of the other civilizations, where this Egyptian culture was gradually declined, and which turned into a, a, a modern aspects has entered, and the ancient features has declined. Okay, so dear students, this is end of my class, and with this class, we completely discussed about this Egyptian civilization, and with this class, the end of Egyptian civilization is over. Okay, so we covered the number of the things regarding the Eastern civilizations. Okay, so this is end of my class, and um, we have another two civilizations to be discussed. One is Rome, and the next one is the ancient Greece. Okay, we'll see in those in the next classes. I will meet you again in on Monday. Okay. So thank you, students. You have any doubts regarding these ancient Egyptians? Now you can. You are welcome to
సార్
ask.
రేపు క్లాస్ లేదా?
రేపు సెకండ్ సాటర్డే అనుకుంటా కదా.
ఓకే సార్.
ఒకవేళ సెకండ్ సాటర్డే అయితే వర్కింగ్ డే అయితే కాదు సెకండ్ సాటర్డే. సో ఇక మనకి మళ్ళా మండే, రైట్? So this is
ఓకే
my
సార్.
end of my class. Regarding this, you have any doubts or clarifications? Now you are asking. ఉన్నాయా ఏమైనా డౌట్స్? Okay, right. Students, I am ending my class now. Thank you.